stupid. That's the word I'm looking
Okay.
for. So yeah, just so I would say to men, your role is to be priest, prophet, provider, protector. So, as the priest of your home, you want to nurture, help your wife grow, help your children grow. And sometimes it requires really, really hard conversations. Early in our marriage, there'd be times when, and I don't even remember some of the discussions we'd have, but I know we'd be having a really, now again, this is, now we're 40 years married,
Yeah.
but in the beginning, we're trying to figure all this stuff out. And I can remember sometimes we're having conversations and you were crying.
Hmm.
Do you remember this?
I remember that just one time.
Well, I don't remember how many times it was,
It
but
was one time. One
and
time.
I don't remember what we were talking about. But here's what I do remember. I'm putting this together from talking to men. Most of the time when I talk to men and they're in a really hard conversation, their tone's not elevated. Everything's going right. So they're not doing anything wrong. It's just a hard conversation that's emotional and their wife starts crying. Most men I talk to at that point completely shut down.
Hmm.
Hey, I don't know. It's like something that, I don't know, they learned in grade school. Hey, if a woman starts crying, I mean, I don't know.
You don't want your wife to
I
cry.
don't want,
However, I mean, she could be triggered by something else. You never know what's going on. You can stop and check in with her, sweetheart. Are you okay? Because we really do need to talk about this. This is important to our relationship. So, so you still have to do it, even if you have to interject a little bit or stop to get the emotions in check, and then continue on. I don't want men, and I encourage men not to back down, because then you are feeling regretful or upset about something. So you're giving off energy that she doesn't want anyway. So you might as well address it.
and let's talk about the two things that we've covered already. We talked about caring. So one, I don't know at what point in our marriage, and maybe it was before we got married, that you believed that I deeply cared for you. I don't know how long that takes. I'm not talking about like boyfriend, girlfriend, the little superficial stuff.
Hmm.
But I mean, at some point we came to the understanding, at least I did, you really care for me. So now that I understand that, when you're sharing something with me, there have been times you've made me cry.
Oh, I don't remember making
I,
you
I
cry.
remember one time you made me cry. Again, I don't remember what it was about.
Uh-huh.
Probably something you said harsh and unkind.
Really?
No, that's not like you. So that probably wasn't what you said. But I don't know though. Now I think
I was
about
gonna
it. Why
say,
would I be crying if
I'm
it
sure,
wasn't harsh and
exactly. I'm
unkind?
sure I could probably say some
So
things.
anyway, the point being, once I believe that you do care for me, two things can be true. It's not either or, it's both and. So I want to be caring and I want to be truthful. So back to the man. It's your role, it's your responsibility as the priest of your home to nurture, care for your wife, and help your wife grow in areas where she may need to grow in.
And the role of the wife would be, if he is coming to you, is to be able to listen, to be strong enough to say, okay, and to admit if you're doing something, to say, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was doing that, or I'm going to do better. Because why wouldn't you want to do better to make the relationship better? That doesn't it. There's a problem, let's address it. And if a woman comes to her man with an issue, then he needs to do the same. He needs to receive it. He needs to be strong enough to, and I know a man's ego can be, quite out there. So, but he needs to be able to receive it just as she receives it. So both of them, that goes back to the real communication is two-way. It's intentional and it's two-way. Two people exchanging what's going on to deal with a problem.
So we talk about hard, uncomfortable conversations, but here's another thing that I would encourage everybody to do with each other: reward the behavior you want repeated. So if you,
That sounds like a parenting tip too.
it is a parenting tip. It's a people tip.
It's
It's
a
a
people
parenting
tip.
tip.
I
It's a
agree.
marriage tip. It's a at work tip, right? Reward the behavior you won't repeat it. So what we have a tendency to do is when things are going well, we don't say anything because that's what we expect. Why wouldn't things be going well? And we only speak up when things aren't going well. So part of this communicating is I want to communicate, hey Teresa, let me tell you something you did that I really loved and appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let me tell you, it's a lot of praise intentionally. You used that word earlier because we know that they're going to be hard conversations, but the amount of praise that I've shared and I've showered on you hopefully shows you that I care.
Mm-hmm.
So now when I come to you with something that's not so praise like, you receive it better.
Right. I
Does
agree.
that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay, what else you got?
So I want to bring up a few skill sets that will help build um, real connection in the relationship. For instance, and I'm saying this because I want them to maybe take note. Okay, so active listening. So what does that really mean? So you're listening to understand. A lot of people will listen to respond, right? So we're not trying to do that. We're trying to listen to truly understand that person. You're not just hearing words. You're tuning in the emotion behind the words. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I got you. I got you. So active listening would
Mm-hmm.
mean that as you are speaking, I'm not in my mind preparing my response as much as I am actively listening.
Right. So the next one will be reflective responses. So this is what I hear you say, or this is what I hear you're saying, or what you're saying is this. And then to get clarification, you go back and repeat what he or she is saying.
Okay, so when I hear you say talking about reflective responses, it
Mm-hmm.
reminds me of something that we used to teach when we would do sessions together or at conferences.
Right.
The whole listen, understand, validate.
Yes,
And I
that's
think
exactly right.
if I remember correctly, we got that from a marriage certification course we did with the Smalleys.
Mm-hmm.
So a certified marriage intensive coaching program.
Right.
And I like it. I like acronyms. I like things that help me remember things. So listen, understand, validate,
Mm-hmm.
love, LUV, not LOVE.
Mm-hmm.
Listen is what you just said.
Right.
It's really intentionally listening,
Mm-hmm.
not listening to respond, but listening.
Right.
Then what I think is key, and to me this is a reflective response part,
Mm-hmm.
is after I've listened, now I want to move to the you. I want to understand, and often to understand, I may need to repeat back what you said. Hey,
Exactly.
Teresa, I want to make sure I understand. Here's what I heard you say.
Mm-hmm.
And then you might go, yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Right.
Or you might go, no, that's not what I said. Or this actually is a real story that happened once with us.
Mm-hmm.
So we're practicing this. We're not just teaching this. This is stuff we actually practice. So I'm practicing this with Teresa once. Listen, understand, validate.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the challenges about men and women and our differences and how it puts up barriers to communication, right? So Teresa's saying something and I'm listening. She finishes and I repeat, okay, let me just make sure this is what I heard you say. And you said, you remember this?
I do.
You said, that's
No,
not what I said.
That's not what I said.
And then I said, because I was listening really closely, I said, that's exactly what you said, Teresa.
So you responded to the words that I said versus what was really being said.
Then what you said was, which this is where this gets really difficult. You said, okay, you're right. That was what I said, but it wasn't what I meant.
Oh yes, I did say that. That's correct. That's not what I meant. So I had to go a little bit further so you could understand where I was coming from.
So two things I want to share out of this real life story:
Mm-hmm.
the importance of repeating reflective responses, the importance of making sure you understand, because it's one thing I know what I said, but I don't know what you heard.
Right.
Right.
Right. Because we go back to the different lenses that we've come through or come to understand life through from years, from birth, really, from birth all the way to the present day. You are filtering through and your experiences are different than my experiences. So, therefore, we do need to get on the same page before you can answer or respond to my question.
So one thing the audience needs to understand is when we talk about communication, we talk about listening, is
Mhm.
that we come into relationships with baggage,
Yes.
and here's what that means when it comes to communication. I see what you're saying through the lens of my past experiences. I hear what you're saying through the ears of my past experiences.
Mhm.
So I know I hear what you're saying, but what I really hear you saying may be something totally different than what you're saying.
Right, because of your experiences.